Alchemedia. Alchemedia, this is our theme song. And now that we said that out loud, it's probably not as good, but we're still vibing, so it's alright. So please go like, go share, and subscribe. We love you, Alchemedians.
Welcome, Alchemedians, to another Alchemediagames. This time it's not going to be a live. It's going to be, as you've seen by the intro, a normal video. But we will be having 32 contestants, 8 of which are moving on into the final round of the Alchemediagames. So you could say this is the second to last Alchemediagames that we will be doing on this channel. Well, until further notice, when we just want to do a random Alchemediagames. And we just get a sudden spark like of contestants to put in. There is even a Hunger Games simulator that can put like maybe 1 million, but my idea was to put like 5,000 in it. Leave a comment below if you wanted us to do that. It might take forever. But we are here with 32 contestants. I shall explain in depth each contestant of how I feel about them. And actually no, I won't, because you already heard what I had to say about them. But I'll say something if I really... I'll say how I feel about them, why not? So, I don't really need to, but I got some of my tea over here. I got my list of stuff. I will pick 4 people in a list of one of each team to win. And we'll see where it goes from there. Please hit subscribe. Please hit that like button and share with your friends, because you have the best of friends if they are allowing you to watch the Alchemediagames right here, right now on Alchemedia, because you are amazing. And hopefully you get a lot watching these, because these were fun to make. And I definitely will probably be making more. But we'll see where the future lies for me, as we saw in the last video of what I wanted to talk about, my future and stuff. So, let's get started. There are 4 districts with 8 people in them, which usually there are 12 districts with 4. But considering we made the top 8 pass on, that's what we're going to do for the last Alchemediagames, is going to make each game with the top 8 passed on. Like with District 1, we have Odie, the dog from Garfield, a pure substance little boy who is very smart in the newest Garfield movie, and honestly is very smart in the newest comics as well, because if you've really seen Odie, he is a very smart individual, but is pulled off as dumb in the earlier parts of Garfield. Then, of course, we have Charlie Morningstar, the Princess of Hell, and The Place, and Hazbin Hotel is an amazing series. Season 2 kind of depowers her a lot, so she might be coming in last, unless something happens in this Alchemediagames where Charlie somehow makes it to the top 8. Then we have Will Smith, Gemini Man, the Genie, many powerful people, like in Independence Day, where he's like the coolest guy in that movie. Will Smith will power on. Then we have the Capybara, one of the most peaceful animals of all time, making it into this district in the top 8 of the first one. And also how my Uncle Nick described what animal I was most like. Then we have Michigan J. Frog. What my grandpa said I act most like in general. And I see it because I'm just a show tune kind of guy, just walking through life as a frog. Even though I'm not really frog, I'm more monkey status. Like slacking. Good transition there, Alex. Saved it. My favorite Pokemon of all time. And I don't have a card of it, but I would love a card of Slacking because Slacking, to me, is not a rare Pokemon, but I would love to have. Then we have Demi Lovato with her latest album being okay, but she has an amazing rock album. Actually, there's a Camp Rock 3 that's coming out soon. Well, not soon, but whenever. And I'm kind of hyped for it because of all the hype that Camp Rock is getting. Then we have Orpheus, which is from Hadestown, mostly, and he plays a great main character who sings very well. But is also part of this game called Hades, where he gets trapped, and one of the achievements is to untrap Orpheus. Then, in District 2 of the Part 2 part of the Survivor edition of Alchemediagames, we have Shadow, which I believe won already. So having Shadow again win in the top 8 will make this kind of funny because it'll be Shadow against himself, which I mean, isn't that always happening? Then we have Phoenix Wright, which is a game I really want to play, but I haven't played it yet. And honestly, it sounds like a lot of fun to play. Then we have the Bubble Bobble Dino, which is from a game called Bubble Bobble. I have not played Bubble Bobble, but from what the Angry Video Game Nerd said, it is a fun game. And of course, I'll be doing this next one in a voice because that's how I usually do this character. Fuyuhiko say I made it to the top 8 because I'm the ultimate Yakuza. And of course, I would win in an Alchemediagames like this. I'll be the face of Alchemediagames. Then we have Red Hood from DC Comics, which I actually never read or heard about, so I don't know who exactly Red Hood is. But if they win, it's going to be a mysterious winner. Then we have Ryan Evans from High School Musical. Always has a hat of some kind on, and always willing to go above and beyond to show off his stuff. And I respect that because Ryan is one of my favorite characters from High School Musical. Then we have Rio. Welcome to Rio, Rio. Flying a bird like an eagle. Super fly, super blue. Everybody can relate to Rio because he's a bird. Ray from Princess and the Frog, just the most like family trash fly you could ever get. But I don't mean that in a bad way because Ray is such a family's man. You can't really hate him for anything he does. Also, he's got Evangeline by his side as a star. And if he dies first, that would be sad. But we will see a star tonight. Revolting as Evangeline. Then, in Part 3, in District 3, we have Akito from Fruit Basket, who is the goddess among all of the animals from the series, which if you have not watched Fruit Basket, I really recommend you to do so because it is a phenomenal anime and honestly my second favorite anime of all time. It's so good. Then we have Hot Cocoa. Very good. Sounds pretty good right now because it is the middle of winter. Well, the start of winter, actually, and I do not like it. But Hot Cocoa sounds lovely. Figure skates, the things that can make anyone die in an instant, so I could guess why they are in the top 8 of District 3. Lasagna Odie might have trouble fighting that one because Garfield usually is the one eating the lasagna. But if lasagna is in the district, who knows what might happen? Then we have Zelda, which was actually in the Alchemediagames twice, but actually made it through this one. And Zelda made it through. And she has a live action movie coming out 2027, I believe. But we'll see, because dates usually get pushed back sometimes. Then we have Shepard from Mass Effect. I will say no more or no less from anything about Mass Effect, because I have not played that game. All I know is it's a good game, but I don't know any of the story. Then we have Yukio from Blue Exorcist, who is another one of the sons of Satan. And Yukio is the calmer one, the guy who's usually keeping his powers intact because he has not released his powers yet, or so may seem until the final season, which I haven't started yet, but I'm excited to watch to see what happens because the last season I watched, rocked. Then we have a pulled pork sandwich, one of my favorite lunchtime foods of all time. It is a very good sandwich, and honestly, no matter how you cook it, it's a pulled pork sandwich. It's amazing. I actually had one at a restaurant like maybe a year ago. It was pretty good. It was really good. It was really made different too. You wouldn't expect a lot different from a pulled pork sandwich made from another place like a restaurant, but it was really good. Then in District 4, in this last team of the Survivors edition of Alchemediagames, we had the Mona Lisa, famous painting, very worthwhile, as you can say. Then we have the Terminator, here to terminate everybody in this Alchemediagames, and he will be back. Well, we're about to see for ourselves. Then we have Ryu, my least favorite character in Smash Bros. And honestly, I can't really play Street Fighter at all on my Switch because it doesn't really play well. I'm not a big fan of it. Then we have the new creators of this world so far. Well, of YouTube so far in this year. And honestly, there has been a lot of new creators this year that have overtaken YouTube by storm. And I absolutely love it. And I love just so much creativity going into the air in the YouTube community. And I love that. Then we have Lotso the Bear. Was dead from the start by being put in front of a truck, a garbage truck. But lives on to get his revenge. Then we have a skeleton, which is like me. I would be like a skeleton because I would definitely be one because of how skinny I am. Then we have Steve from Minecraft. He is here to survive all the pain, stake, and hardships that has come through this Alchemediagames. And Lego Batman, because Lego Batman is an amazing movie, and Lego Batman is an amazing Lego Batman. And an amazing Batman, too. So, who do I pick from each person, from each team, to win? I'll say, in part 1, I will pick the Slacking to win, because that is my favorite Pokemon. In District 2, I'll pick Ryan Evans, because he is the most like me in a lot of ways. In District 3, I'll pull out, I do like lasagna. I also like pulled pork sandwich, but Akito, because it is from my second favorite anime of all time, and she gets better during the later seasons, and honestly, it makes for more, respectable anime to really, talk about your feelings, and that's basically what the anime is about if you really look at it, and it's a good anime. Then in District 4, I'll say a skeleton because it is the most like me. Remember though, don't expect these ones to win because I'll be honest, none of them have made it that far when it comes to the ones I've picked before. So now that we have everything in tip-top shape, is it time to get through the second to last Alchemediagames? Shall we proceed? I think we shall. As the tributes stand up on their podiums, the horn sound. Akito runs away from the cornucopia. Yukio grabs the sword as he would because his brother got the sword and was like, huh. He was like, huh. I need to have power too, and grabs another sword. Zelda runs away from the cornucopia. Slacking stays at the cornucopia for resources, as it would, because that is what slacking would do. But slack off. Shadow clutches a first aid kit and runs away because he needs to win more than anything else. Michigan J. Frog breaks Rio's nose for a basket of bread. Well, it's a bird, so breaking its whole nose, it's like breaking its mouth. Wouldn't that kill it immediately? Hiko runs away from the cornucopia because he didn't want to stick with those losers. Ryu runs away from the cornucopia. Hakoko runs away from the cornucopia. Odi repeatedly stabs Lotso the bear to death with sighs. So Lotso the bear isn't winning. Lotso the bear is definitely not winning. I mean, it's a toy, so I guess it would make sense for it to die first, but dang, Lotso the bear didn't stand a chance against Odi. Capybara runs away from the cornucopia. Shepard from Mass Effect runs away from the cornucopia. The Terminator runs away from the cornucopia. Demi Lovato runs away from the cornucopia. Orpheus runs away from the cornucopia. Figure Skates takes a handful of throwing knives, which is the skates on the bottom of its feet. Bubble Bobble Dino snatches a bottle of alcohol on a rag. I didn't know Bubble Bobble Dino reacted that way. Ray flies away from the cornucopia. Ryan Evans runs away from the cornucopia. Lego Batman throws a knife into Steve's head. He was on the same team as him. He was on the same team as Lego Batman. Team killing already, Jesus. And Steve, bro, I mean, I guess he would be easy to kill, but he probably didn't even have his diamond armor on yet. Lego Batman doesn't make a chance for him to win. Skeleton runs away from the cornucopia. Pulled pork sandwich gathers as much food as he can, even though he is a pulled pork sandwich, so that doesn't make sense. Charlie runs away from the cornucopia. The Mona Lisa grabs a backpack and retreats to collect all the money it got from itself. Will Smith runs away from the cornucopia. Red Hood runs away from the cornucopia. Phoenix Wright runs away from the cornucopia. Lasagna takes a spear from inside the cornucopia because it needs to be cut. It needs to be cut. And New Creators runs away from the cornucopia. Now, as always, I'm only gonna speak the depths of what happens in the rest of the Alchemediagames. Rio dies from hypothermia. I mean, it's a bird flying out in the cold. I guess that makes sense. The Mona Lisa and Demi Lovato fight Ryan Evans and Ryu. The Mona Lisa and Demi Lovato survive. Well, the thing is, they're fighting against two of the weakest links. Ryan Evans died, which is sad, because I was trying to vote for Ryan Evans. But also, Ryu, which makes more sense because he is probably the weakest person in Smash Bros. Fight me on that. Will Smith, Lasagna, pulled pork sandwich start fighting, but Lasagna runs away as Will Smith kills pulled pork sandwich. Will Smith was hungry and he ate a pulled pork sandwich. Capybara unknowingly eats toxic berries. That is so sad, but you know what? It is a very calm creature. He was unexpectedly killed by eating something that he was poisoned to. Phoenix Wright overpowers Charlie, killing her. See, this is what I'm talking about. because Charlie was underpowered in the second season, she was underpowered here. So Phoenix Wright took a handle of that and killed her. 8. Cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Can I get a prayer? For Lotso the Bear. Steve. Rio. Ryan Evans. Ryu. Pulled pork sandwich. Capybara. And Charlie. That is 2 dead. 2 dead from Team 1. 2 dead from Team 2. 1 dead from Team 3. And 3 dead from Part 4. Shall we proceed? I think we shall. Hot Cocoa unknowingly eats toxic berries because it is food and not the berry. So Yukio, Shepard from Mass Effect, and Slacking tracked down and killed Zelda because she was defenseless because she didn't have Link. Even though she could turn into Sheik, but she didn't have Sheik. She just had Zelda. So Demi Lovato accidentally steps on a landmine. That is a sad time for Demi Lovato. Orpheus pushes Lego Batman off a cliff during a knife fight. So Lego Batman's down. Even he just broke in half. Odie and new creators worked together to drown Shadow. The new creators saw that the Shadow was one of the winners before. They were like, they shouldn't win again. That's unfair. They shouldn't have another chance. So Odie, who has been triumphant through a lot of these Alchemedia games, has drowned Shadow. Phoenix Wright bashes Will Smith's head against a rock several times. It looks like Phoenix Wright and Odie are really taking a name for themselves here. 6. Cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Can I get a prayer? For Hot Cocoa. Zelda. Demi Lovato. Lego Batman. Shadow. And Will Smith. That is, in total, 4 from Part 1, 3 from Part 2, 3 from Part 3, and 4 from Part 4. So Part 2 and Part 3 are having a high advantage. Shall we proceed? I think we shall. Lasagna throws a knife into Fuyuhiko's chest. That doesn't even make sense. Bro. Fuyuhiko got killed by lasagna. That's kind of upsetting. Ray and Michigan J. Frog track down and kill Bubble Bobble Dino. I see that duo. I can see that duo working out. And Bubble Bobble Dino probably was annoying them, even though Ray was a part of his team, was a part of Bubble Bobble Dino's team. It was just annoying them. Odie stabs Slacking in the back with a trident, even though they are on the same team. That is upsetting. Odie is a worthless killer. Well, not a worthless, just a killer. Odie is not a relentless killer. He is going through all terms to kill because Garfield isn't there to stop him. This is why Garfield kicks him off the table, so he doesn't kill anybody else. Akito kills Red Hood as he tries to run. I can see Akito doing that because Akito's a god. Phoenix Wright falls into a pit and dies. I guess he was Phoenix wrong after all. Ray kills Odie with a sickle. Ray was tired of Odie's relentless killing and was like, you know what? A bug gotta do what a bug gotta do. And he straight up killed Odie. Which is sad, but if you remember how many people and things Odie has killed, you'll see Ray made the right decision. Akito sets Michigan J. Frog on fire with a Molotov. Again, Akito would be the type to do so. Because Akito is not afraid to hold back. Akito is not afraid to hold back from doing the most dangerous. 7 cannon shots coming in the distance. Can I get a prayer? For fear Hiko, say. Bubble Bobble Dino. Slacking. Red Hood. Phoenix Wright. Odie. And Michigan J. Frog. Also, that's another one from Slacking. Slacking was slacking, so it died. That will be 7 dead from part 1. 7 dead from part 2. 3 dead from part 3. And 4 dead from part 4. Shall we proceed? I think we shall. The Mona Lisa attempts to climb a tree, but falls on new creators, killing them both. A painting was climbing a tree with the Mona Lisa. No, a painting was climbing a tree with the new creators of this world. And both died. Both from the same team, too. That is tragic. Skeleton repeatedly stabs Shepard from Mass Effect to death with scythe. This must be a really powerful skeleton to do that. I mean, yeah, the skeleton was one of my choices, but dude, Shepard from Mass Effect, I heard he's like really strong. Lasagna stabs Ray in the back with a trident. Why is Lasagna stabbing all these people? It can't even stab. It is Lasagna. It stabs for how good it is, but shall we proceed? 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Can I get a prayer? For the Mona Lisa. Whoa, Mona Lisa, guaranteed to not be alive. Then the new creators. Shepard from Mass Effect and Ray. That is 7 dead from part 1. Everyone is dead from part 2. 4 dead from part 3. 6 dead from part 4. Looks like part 3 is getting a high stakes kill. Shall we proceed? I think we shall. Akito unknowingly eats toxic berries. Even though they are the god of the world, they realized, berries are good. And then ate a poison one by mistake. The Terminator attempts to climb a tree to get a higher point view, but falls to his death, not realizing that his weight cannot uphold the tree. So the Terminator has been terminated. Orpheus accidentally steps on a landmine. That is tragic. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Can I get a prayer? For Akito, the Terminator, and Orpheus. I think part of those were part of the top 8, actually. And I wasn't paying attention, but we'll see. We'll see during the last 8 for the final call. This hasn't been that long of a video, so we'll see. We can see who is in the top 8. Skeleton kills Lasagna while she is sleeping. Lasagna was eaten by a skeleton. Isn't that ironic? Because, like, it'll just go right through him. Literally. Yukio accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. So it's between a skeleton and figure skates. I mean, one of those is my choices. So I am pretty happy for the ones that are doing pretty well for themselves. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Can I get a prayer? For Lasagna and Yukio. This is up to figure skates and a skeleton. Shall we proceed and find out the winner? I think we shall. Skeleton decapitates figure skates with a sword even though it doesn't have a head, so whatever. Skeleton wins. That's the first time of course, the last one we do of the Survivors Edition. My character wins. Well, my 4th choice, but yeah. My character wins this Alchemediagames. The winner is Skeleton from District 4. Because I am the true skeleton. And inside, you know that skeleton has to be me. Because of its will, strength, and bones. Because it drank a lot of milk beforehand. Because it knew it lost, so it must get stronger bones. Who was the top 8? Top 8 were Ray from Princess and the Frog. Akito, which is the goddess among many zodiacs. The Terminator, gonna come back, and, well, we found out it will be back. Orpheus, who has died but lives on. And Lasagna. So, that has been the video. I hope you like this video. Hit subscribe and share with your friends. Because we have made the final 8 in this Alchemediagames. This has been a pretty short Alchemediagames, I will admit. Compared to the other ones, anything would feel shorter. But we have done well. And we have 2 in the top 8. That was our choice. Okay. Take care, Alchemedians. Love y'all.